Right, we should be live. I'm just making sure everything's working from a tech point of view here. Are we live? Are we going? We're working, are we rolling? Let's see. There we go. We're up and running. That's what we'd like to see. Very good. All right. In that case, let's crack on with it. Welcome back to kind of a sprint review, not quite a sprint review. It's been over 2 months. 3rd of May was our last sprint review for Sprint 11. And now we're back. It's been an eventful 2 months. A lot of weird stuff has happened. Well, not weird stuff, just stuff, really. But I feel like it's time to get back on the horse. I've definitely fallen off the horse. I've missed a lot of the intended sprint reviews and sprints that I was hoping to do. And now the idea is to try and get back on it. Back to a little bit more discipline, a bit more rigor, and practice what I preach, so to speak. So this is it. We are back here to our Pragmatic Shift product wall. And the idea is to again remind ourselves, what is the product goal? What are we here to try and achieve? What has happened so far? And where do we go from here? What's next? What's coming up? What's the idea in terms of what we want to do next? And then based on that, see how we get on, kind of thing. Maybe some people join, maybe they don't. That's okay. I didn't schedule this in, I scheduled it in this morning, and I haven't communicated it on LinkedIn because I realized I just want to get going and I didn't want to stop myself just because I didn't do as much prep as I would like to. So it might be an empty sprint review, but that's okay. It'll be on the live stream tab on the YouTube channel so people can watch it back should they want to. Now, enough rambling, let's get into it. So welcome one and all again to Pragmatic Shift sprint review. Well, not quite a sprint review, but it's review-ish, I would say. It's a review, not a sprint review, but a review. What is our goal? Our goal for 2023 is to try and sell out 50% or more of our public courses, which so far, could it be better? Sure, it could be better. In fact, let's have a look together, shall we? Are we getting on with that one? We are doing pretty well. This one's looking nice, not quite sold out, but even so, we're getting sales in. There's a few courses left of the year, so it's not too bad. It's looking promising. We're going to keep going with what we've been doing and see if we can tweak it, make it even better, and aim for that selling out of 50% or more of public courses 2023. That's the idea. And I am actually not counting selling out half of the available tickets as that. I mean fully sold out courses. That counts as an entry towards the stats of sold out courses. That's the idea. It's an audacious goal. It's a big goal, but it's achievable. Stranger things have happened and it's measurable. We can check our progress against it. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. We're going to keep tracking on. I've got an idea for a product goal after this one, but it starts with 2023. And then I might share a little peek behind the curtains for 2024. Let's see. Now the sprint goal, the short-term goal I set for myself as I realized that I'd really dropped the ball here and need to get back on things was this. I want to make sure I created a business plan for 2023 to 2024 because I set up my business originally in 2018 in June. So my business year actually runs from July till end of June. So my new business year has just started 13 whole days ago as of the 1st of July. I want to have a look ahead and think ahead of, okay, this is where I'm at now. This is what's happening. Where do we want to take this next? What's the next thing we want to aim for? And try and, what would you call it? It's kind of like a periodization. It's about trying to not do everything at the same time, but as it focus more on certain activities and certain things at different parts of the year. So I can give you a high level overview over that in just a bit. First of all, did I do this? Just about. It was a binary goal. I either have one or I don't have one. I have a business concept. It's not quite a plan yet. It's not really thought out in terms of real timings, very rough timings. And I need to elaborate on it a little bit, but I'm going to keep doing that a little bit here and there. And eventually I'm going to try and add it to this mural as well, at least parts of it, so it's more visible about what the overall ideas for milestones and objectives that we're trying to achieve. over the year. Now, as for measures, I've tried to add the Scrum experiment measures here. So I have the baseline, essentially, our new baseline. I need to go and add in the measures and metrics for sprint 11. And I guess this, I'm going to try and cut it as if we did do sprint 12 and sprint 13, and keep it going from there. So essentially, I'm going to do the 3-week sprints as intended, sprint 11 onwards, and add those measures in so we can see how we're kind of trending. You will, of course, see a huge increase in the amount of videos and blogs we're doing because I am now finally getting some assistance with that, thanks to the wonderful marketing people I'm working with. They are alleviating a lot of that burden from me. We're having catch-ups every week to talk about the next content, recording videos, and kind of where we want to go next. And just yesterday, we had some further discussions about some further tweaks to do, some further kind of differentiation, I guess, in a sense of how people can get to know myself and Pragmatic Shift as a business and me as a trainer and person, and use that as a good leverage going forward. Well, what did we actually get done? Well, we got a few things done. Primarily what we did is we delivered training. So I've delivered a couple of training sessions here. In fact, I've missed off 1 or 2. I've delivered more trainings than this. But again, I completely fell off the earth in keeping this thing updated as I should. Which means, of course, I haven't added all the items I've been doing here as well. I did do not just the preparation for the Scrum Day Expo, but I actually attended it. And it felt like it was a very good learning experience. I had a very nice time there. It was a bit smaller than I had expected, but then again, I didn't know what to expect. So I think I came in with previous expos, which for me has only really been huge ones like Comic-Con. Not a fair comparison by any means towards, I think, any Agile Expo. But it was a good time and a very good day, met some wonderful people, and it felt like the material I brought was received well. And I'm going to use that to inspect and adapt, learn some more for future meetups and other endeavors and expos I might go to, representing Pragmatic Shift. I have also done some service offering ideation. I do, in fact, have some coaching packages just about ready to go. We've got the high level one recorded. We've actually also added an additional domain that is kind of a subset which represents me as a person more specifically under Pragmatic Shift, called thescrumcoach.uk. That's going to be kind of my online business card. So the scrumcoach.uk is in fact live. We can look at it together. The scrumcoach.uk. There we go. And it looks like so. Very clean, very nice, very fancy. We're still working on it. We're still building on it. My scroll wheel is not wanting to work with me right now. And you can see I'm taking a pretty strong stance with my style. I'm wanting to do this the way I do this. I want to be a bit more authentic to myself in my practice. Of course, I still represent other people, some contracting through them. And when I do that, I might use very clean language, because that's usually their preference. They tend to work with more corporate clients, which is absolutely fine by me. But for me, I'm targeting more startups and smaller and medium businesses, and corporations where they feel like, you know what, we need you to help us unfuck our Scrum. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm going to try and do. So this one, we're still going to work on it. Again, what kind of coaching do I offer? What kind of outcomes do we do? We're still working on this a little bit, just to clean it up and actually get the services on here as something you can kind of sign up for and get an idea of the cost and an overview of what the actual process would look like working together. It should be a fun time. That is then also going to be added to the main Pragmatic Shift website, which is going to get an overhaul. The wonderful people I'm working with, they're called Fireworks Marketing. They did the Scrum Coach UK website. They were going to do the Pragmatic Shift website as well. They have it on their back burner. I say back burner, it's further down on their product backlog. And I've considered and had a chat with them that maybe I just go to a web designer directly or develop directly and get them to help me with a restructure of it, because I feel it's time that, well, it's done professionally, so it's not made by myself and keeps breaking. But we'll see. Now, other than that, what have we got here? We have product ideas. Yep, so we've done those. It seems the ideas seem to be received well at the expo, which is good. That was a good validation. And just about done with this one. Not quite yet. I have to still record and upload the video, which is happening today, funnily enough. I was hoping to try and get it done before this sprint review, but didn't quite get it done, so we're not going to go into it yet, but you'll see that video coming up on the YouTube channel soon, and you can in fact already find the visual on the website for download, which is actually, you know, I said I'm not going to talk about it. It doesn't meet the definition of done, so we're not going to go into it. I'm not going to go into it. We're going to respect the rules as much as we can. I'm already breaking them enough. So, what is next then? Let's see. Those are the main things I've done. Other than that, on just a personal note on why it has kind of fallen through the cracks a little bit. One, just a lot of life things, but nothing serious. Fun things, if anything. I've been on holiday. I've been to 2 weddings, one in London, one in France. They were wonderful. I've been to the expo. I've done a in-person training, which was wonderful. I've been to a professional photo shoot to get some photos. The one you can see on the scrumcoach.uk site. You can see on my LinkedIn and social media, and even on here, you can see I'm using different photos now that I've got a professional to take some photos of me without my glasses, so I'm not quite as cute as I used to be, but at least I get to walk around seeing things all the time and not just when I'm wearing glasses. And that is about it. I wish I could say more things have happened, but it's mostly been me getting up and running with the marketing and learning how to work with those people and getting used to having someone else supporting me, which is something I struggle with, asking for help and getting support. And the next thing now is really around getting these 2 visuals out the door, ramping up my ability to deliver different courses. So you'll be seeing me adding licenses over the next quarter. The idea is to add quite a few, 4 or 5 licenses to be able to deliver more courses in Q3. I will be scheduling in my 2024 courses as part of that. And then I'm also planning not quite a podcast, but something along those lines, some kind of interviewee, chatty thing with other professionals. So if you have any ideas about what would you like to see, what are people not talking about that you wish they would talk about, let me know. Again, I've got some ideas, but ultimately it comes down to what people want to listen to, and that's what I want to be able to deliver. Other than that, what is coming up? So you'll keep seeing videos on my social media. You'll be seeing blog posts. You'll be seeing some blog posts coming up on scrum.org. We will also be creating further educational content beyond the kind of Q&A style shortcut videos that we've been doing. So Kanban 6 seconds or less, that's on my radar. I really want to get that one done. I need to get some vocal coaching. That's going to be part of it. You'll be seeing some changes to my setup. Not huge ones. I'm going to get a slightly different microphone for when I'm not delivering training. I don't need the wireless for these videos, for example, for the marketing videos. I'm getting a better quality desktop one. What else are we doing? My brain completely left me. Tweaking the website, getting that one sorted. And then we will be essentially keeping it going, trying to get to that product goal of selling out half the courses or more for this year, and then working towards the next goals for the following year. It's looking like the aspiration is to get a bit more support. So I've got the marketing people helping me. I might even get, depending on what happens, someone to help me create some of the visuals, or maybe help me with some of the videos that I do beyond the marketing videos. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's about making enough to get it further support. So I gotta push a little bit harder than I'm comfortable with, so I can then afford to get someone to support me with those things. So I then have more time to, as I believe it was Martin Hinchelwood who said it to someone, and I love the phrasing of it, to be more working on the business and not in the business. Last thing, to try and work more on the business, not in the business. Right now, all of my work is pretty much in the business, and then I'm trying to stay on top of the business as well. So that's the plan. In terms of our product backlog then, let's have a look, see what we've got. We've got this one here. This one needs a refresh and a restructure. So you'll be seeing this one become updated very shortly. It is going to be mostly about the kind of material, the kind of content backlog primarily, with some additional businessy ideas on here as well. So any content creation will be, of course, part of the creation swim lane, working limit of 1 at a time. Miscellaneous work things will be 2 at a time. One of the big ones is trying to get some kind of community set up. I really want some kind of community to be able to chat with wonderful people attending my courses or watching the videos that want to just be able to chat and talk and just with myself, progress and share and learn and grow together from each other. And can also be used for some of the flipped learning style courses that are coming up as of end of this month already. To that is a gathering place on their journeys through the flipped learning courses as they occur over 4 weeks. Other than that, I think it's about time I mentioned the overview of the what's it called now? There's a word for it if I can remember it. But apparently I can't remember it. Come on now, function brain. The kind of high level roadmap. So let's bring up this one. See if I can find it. It's hiding here. Oh, let's move this work. Here we go. So you'll forgive my language. But the high level idea is, here we go, see if we can actually see this stuff. Goal for 2023, I'm going to do our very best to hit it, sell out 50% of our courses. And for 2024, for that business year, so that would be from essentially January till June, the idea is to try and deliver 2 or more coaching packages, which again, the idea is to get those sorted and ready to sell this quarter. This quarter is all about upskilling, patching gaps, and getting set up. So things like upskilling, adding these additional licenses, finishing the visuals that I've been talking about for a while now, getting ready for some kind of podcasting thing, maybe looking at some kind of trainer network, we'll see. Then again, forgive the language, shameless whoring. It's or as I also call it, selling. You gotta sell. It's part of business. Q4, that's when I'm going to be much more directing my selling. I'm going to try and attend more meetups and be more interactive in the community in general. And hopefully starting that kind of podcasty interviewee series. For Q1, that's when I'm starting to juggle the coaching and training. Hopefully the idea is to have sold one and started delivering some coaching as well as the training in Q1. And then Q2, probably primarily coaching with a little bit of training here and there. Just to see, you can see kind of my rough targets there for what I'm hoping we'll be able to get in kind of revenue. We'll see what happens. It's very much up in the air, but that's the idea. That's a rough idea. And with that in mind, we're going to do our content for that. So I was considering a kind of roadmap, but essentially the product backlog will act as a roadmap. As you know, how long each of these can take to create and finish is very variable. So I don't want to do a timed roadmap. It's still just going to be an ordered product backlog with the stuff that is at the top is stuff that either I think is going to be the next most valuable thing to do, or that I get feedback on that others would like to see sooner rather than later, in which case the chances are it'll move further up. And there was something else, question mark. I think that's about it really. But yeah, the idea is hopefully keep the ball rolling, get more amazing stuff delivered, continue with the marketing. It is going to be daily videos for the next couple of months again, maybe for the next, until we've done it for just about a year. The idea is to kind of show the different algorithms, show the world that, hey, we're doing stuff, we're getting things out the door. You might want to share our things with everyone else, see if that works or not. And then it will likely taper down a little bit and we'll focus on fewer videos, some slightly longer on perhaps with more tailored content, more in-depth content. But that's so far ahead in the future that who knows if we're even doing videos at that point. So there's not too much point thinking about it yet. We want to focus on the shorter term for now. So with the shorter term in mind then, the next 3 weeks, what's the plan there? Well, let me do this thing where I look at what's happening. So the next 3 weeks, we have quite a few courses coming up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 courses being delivered in the next 3 weeks, maybe more. You never know what drops in the last minute, which is good. That's really good news. But it does mean that I, of course, have less time to deliver non-training content. I should be, keyword is should, able to finish off these 2 agendas. This one, again, just about done, just recording and getting that one uploaded today. Then it's cracking on with this one, which should be nice and straightforward. Then I might start looking at, I might actually not do this one next. I might move on to the Kanban in 60 seconds or less, because I've been wanting to do that video quite a while and there's been a few requests for it. And that's it content-wise, I believe. Oh, yeah, of course. And try and get the Discord or similar community. It's kind of between probably Discord or Slack or some kind of software like that. I'm biased towards Discord. I find it sleeker and easier to use, and I don't know, something about the UI just works better for me. So we'll see. We shall see how it goes. That's it for now. What, of course, comes next for me is to have a little retrospective, think on what happened, what can I do better next, and then back into planning for the next sprint. A part of what will be here for the next sprint review, which will be July 13th now, so it should be about 3 weeks from now, 20th, 27th. Yeah, 3rd of August, actually. That's working pretty fantastic. So let's add that in right now. Let's add that in right now. And again, as I am I don't like the term solopreneur. I'm a single person business at the moment, although I guess technically I'm working with others now with the marketing. This may change if I essentially get an offer for delivering some training or coaching, in which case, at this point in time, I can't turn it down. So I will move the review in favor of the training. But one day I'm sure we'll get to be able to have a steady, predictable cadence of when exactly our sprint reviews will be occurring, because the idea is to keep these going, because I like the transparency it provides. It shows people that, you know, 1, I do this because I believe in it, and 3, it tends to work. Sometimes I talk about stuff and I realize, hey, none of this makes any sense. And other times I'm like, you know, that's a good idea. I should keep doing this, because even talking about it, I can hear that I'd like to do more of that. So with that in mind, enough blathering on for me. I'll see you in 3 weeks for the sprint review, and you will see the sprint backlog, the plan for the next 3 weeks, appearing before the end of this week. With that, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. You take care.